So, good evening, people. Welcome back to another video. Tonight is the live preview between Newcastle against Everton. Yes, people, welcome back to another video. Tonight, we're talking about the live match preview between Newcastle against Everton on Tuesday at St James's Park. And I've got my guest with us tonight. He's a Blues fan, and it's Paul. How are you doing, Paul? Falcon Blues TV.
All good. Thanks, Tom. All good.
Fantastic. And before we go on, if you do like the video, can you please hit the like button? It improves my channel immensely. And also, if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. I'm just 17 people away from getting that match of 2K. So please help us along. 2K would be absolutely magnificent if I hit that target, people. So help us out, yeah? And if you want to if you do like to donate on Super Chatters, it's up to you. It's your choice. And also, if you wish to become a member, it's 99p a month. 99p. It's just one option. 99p. That is to join a member, and that's exactly what Stuart has done. And thanks for becoming a member, Stuart. I really appreciate that, mate. Really do. And that's all there is to it. Please get the like, people. John deserves it. Thank you, Jay. Hope you okay, John. Absolutely fine. And long time no see, mate. Absolutely fantastic. So good evening to you, mate, and good evening to Niall, my new fan. And give you to Danielle, and hope you're okay, Daniel and Steinson. I hope you having a fantastic evening and ready for the weekend. Right, let's go to Paul again. And you've got yourself a new manager, Frank Lampard, and he rocked up a couple of years ago, and he signed a 2.5-year deal. He's been sacked to Chelsea, and then he took this job on. And what's your first impression of Frank, and how do you think he owed you?
Well, he's young with some fresh ideas. He's already been able to bring in a few players, like Dele Alli, who, let's be honest, probably wouldn't have come to Everton if it wasn't for someone like Lampard. I'm excited. You know, we've had a lot of false dawns at Everton the last few years with a lot of managers coming in and out. Obviously, I know Mr. Benitez is quite popular up in the northeast, but it didn't really work for him at Everton. And like I've said many times, a lot of the players need to take a look at themselves. They've down tools and seen other managers get sacked, including him. But, you know, we need points. And obviously we've got Brentford tomorrow in the FA Cup. But we really need 3 points. And this Newcastle game is a really big game, which I'll be travelling to as well. And I do like going to St James's. The only thing I would say is them stairs, mate. It's right at the top the away end. So once you've got up them, it's like you've been to the gym. I'm always done in after it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm happy with Frank. I'm happy. I think he was probably the best available. I think it was too soon for Wayne Rooney, even though I think he's doing a fantastic job at Derby, especially with all everything that's gone on there. I thought he might be in there for a shout with the Everton job because he's had to deal with a lot of clowns at Derby, and it would have given him experience dealing with the clowns at Everton's Boardroom. So. But no, I'm happy with Frank, you know, and we've got to give him a chance. You know, sometimes we've been too quick to jump on other managers and not get behind them as much. But I'm excited for the first time in a while.
Good for you. Good for you. I think it'd be a fantastic appointment for you, but he needs time. And basically, I mean, yeah, quite a lot of manager sort of thing as well. I'm going to talk to him about Shiri later on. But I mean, when I was going to say when I think he'd do well, he got Dele Alli. You've got Tim Donovan de Beek as well. And listen, at the end of the day, he's got to work with what he's got. I mean, in my opinion, I thought it's going to be a 3 points against you on Tuesday. But since Frank's rocking up, it's going to be a very difficult game for us now. Like, it's not going to be as easy now. Like, it's going to be a lot difficult.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had a game postponed, didn't we, during Christmas?
Hmm.
Burnley did as well against Everton, and if I was a Newcastle fan or a Burnley fan, I would have wanted the players under Benitez, because there was times where we just looked, if we went a goal down, heads would drop. There was no real plan B, so it's now like you get that bounce, don't you, when there's a new manager that comes in, and the new lads can't play tomorrow because they're FA Cup tired, but they'll be available to play on Tuesday. Calvert-Lewin's out injured tomorrow as well, which is a big blow. I'm not sure if he'll be fit for Tuesday, but it's going to be an interesting game. Newcastle have made some decent signings. I think Chris Wood, I know some of the media have went, oh, that's a bit of a silly one, but he's got his goal record, I think it's 1-3. And he's took one of Burnley's better players, which is going to help as well. And I know some fans were expecting superstar signings and that, but like you said, you've got to work with what you've got. Trippier's a good signing. Matt Targett's a really good signing. And I tell you who I think the best one is Dan Bain. Like, he scored the other week, and he's a nightmare to deal with on corners. So we'd be able to tell Newcastle players, oh, by the way, we played Everton the other week, and they couldn't handle me on corners. Hopefully, Yerry Mina's playing this time, but he's not just a decent defender. He's a real threat on corners, the height of him. I don't know much about is it the French midfielder?
No, he's Brazilian midfielder. Bruno Gamache. He came for Lyon for £34 million, which is going to go up to 40 million if he stay up.
Right, okay. Well, I'm sure he's half decent, you know what I mean? They're not going to spend that much money on him. And, like, to me, the danger man is that St. Maximum. You know what I mean? He's a quality player. And, Lacazelle's, I've always liked him. Funny story, Lacazelle's won me about 300 quid a year ago. Not that I'm condoning betting anyone, but I was watching a Newcastle game, and I was just on Paddy Power at the time, and his odds were ridiculous. And I had a free bet, and I threw it on it. And then, like, corner comes in, he scores, and I'm listening to Talk Sport in the shower, and I'm banging on the wall, celebrating like I was Ray Liotta in Goodfellas. So, if I ever see Lascelles, I'll buy him a pint. I'll buy him a bevy.
Wow. I tell you what, you mentioned Lascelles there. I don't think it's that good for me whatsoever, sort of thing. He makes a lot of mistakes, and it's costing us games as well. I mean, you mentioned ASM as well. As a maximum, I mean, look at it, honest dear, he's a world beater. Sometimes, in my opinion, I think he's an egg beater because he just has got to find a ball. He hangs on the ball too long. Yeah, he gets snuffed out so easily. He runs to the blind alleys sometimes as well. So, I mean, with better players around him, I think he'd be a canny player. Him, I really do. And if you look at the players you just mentioned there, Dan Burn, I think he's going to be a cracking defender. That's exactly the defender we need. I'd take him all day long. And Target's a good defender as well, left back as well. Not quick. But Trippier's quality, Gamache is going to be quality. But Chris Wood worries us a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I mean, listen, he's a good player. He's an honest player, yeah? But shell out 25 million quid. I mean, when I look back on it, I think, wow, 25 million quid for a 30-year-old. And I've got to back the guy. I've got to back him, Paul. I have to back him because at the end of the day, he's our player. But is he enough to keep us up, in your opinion?
Well, as I say, his goal record's pretty decent. I know it's not been great this season, but you have took a good player away from Burnley, which will help. I know what you're saying about the money-wise. I think Newcastle are going to have a similar problem, which Everton had a couple of years ago when Mashiri come in, where a lot of clubs then start going, well, hang on, you've got a few quid to spend now. His values went up. And sometimes you've got to deal with that. And we've been burnt with it a few times. Like, you think about 45 million for a player whose name I can't mention. Michael Keane going for 30. We paid over the odds for a lot of players. Theo Walcott for 20 million, St. Tosun for 25. Even though Chris Wood's 30, he's never really had any pace, has he? You know what I mean? He's never really had any pace. So he's a good target man. And I think with Callum Wilson being injured, I think he'll be a good foil. I think he'll surprise a lot of people, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think he'd be okay. Excuse me. But, I'm not going to cost any players out sort of thing because they are a player sort of thing because you need all the defence that we can, or the players that we need, because we're on relegation dogfight at this moment in time. But as you, Everton, you just mentioned that overspent your money. Theo Walcott, Sigurdsson as well is overpriced. Iwobi's overpriced as well. And Iwobi, oh my God, I tell you what, mate. I mean, Arsenal must be loving that when you offer all that money as well. Yeah. I'll look at the back four. I think the only decent back four you've got, in my opinion, I see a Godfrey. And
Godfrey. Yeah. The problem with Mina is it's keeping him fit. Godfrey's done well. Michael Keane's had a really awful season. And Michael Keane is now nearly 27. A few years ago, it was like, well, he's still got potential. He had good patches, but he's a confidence player, and his confidence has went right down. We've obviously signed a new left back, the Ukrainian lad, Michaelenko, but it takes time to get used to this league. I mean, one of the good things is he's got Leighton Baines as a coach. And now he's got Ashley Cole as a coach. So if they can't get something out of him, I don't know who can. But the other lad who's come in, Patterson, the right back, we've not seen him yet. Maybe he'll play tomorrow in the FA Cup. But the problem for Everton this season has been set pieces. I think we may be near top of the list of conceding on them. And other teams know this. So I think that's where our biggest weakness is. We've missed Yerry Mina. And then, because Pickford's had a good season. Pickford's had a really good season for Everton. But that tells you a lot about our season when the goalkeeper's the stand-up performer.
Yeah.
And I know he's not the most popular person at Newcastle, Jordan Pickford, but I think he's calmed down a bit now, because what used to annoy me about him was, especially when we played Newcastle, he'd start getting involved with the fans, like, having a go back. And he needs to just forget that.
Yeah,
Maybe that's it in him.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, mate. So just going to give you to Chesway, Gareth, John, Ryan, Danielle, Gareth, Spencer, even to you guys, will be okay. Even to you, Brad, will be okay. Ryan mentioned as well. Just could go through this comment as well. Even to Luke, another Evertonian as well. Do subscribe to the channel, please. Luke, if you can, but that'd be absolutely fantastic. Even to Carl as well. Question: if that was Rafa being at Liverpool, that was his downfall for your fans. Do you agree with that at all, Paul?
Yes and no. I mean, it didn't help with the comment he made about Everton a few years ago, but I always looked at it when people said, like, he's went in for the Everton job a few times. That wasn't the first time he went in for it. Now people can say, oh, well, that means he's ambitious. Not really. He's got a house on the Wirral. That job was convenient for him. I never understood it, to be honest. I always thought, you've got this legacy with Liverpool. Why would you want to tarnish it by going to the rivals? I know we're not rivals in the league anymore, but you know what I mean. It just showed you a bit of Mashiri's madness, really, where he was like, I'm going to get Benitez. When all the board are saying, I don't think that's the right fit. And like I said, he did have some positives, Benitez. He had no money to spend in the summer, and he brought in Tamari Gray, who's really done well. He brought in Andros Townsend, who scored some Whalesies for us this season. So that was a couple of positives. And he did have a good start. What I will say about him is he's good at digging out results away from home against the likes of Chelsea, United. But when there was games where we were playing Palace and even Wolves, and no disrespect to them, but you've got to attack those games. You can't just sit back and try and nick a goal. It wasn't good to watch, and his in-game management wasn't very good either. The tactics, the changes. There's one question I'd like to ask you as well.
Yeah.
Solomon Rondon, right? I seen him score loads of goals for West Brom. Seen him do really well at Newcastle. He's went away to China, and the player we've brought in, I think Benitez thought, I need to get a player that's on my side, that supports me, and I think that can help. With Calvert-Lewin being injured, he just doesn't look that player that he used to be. He's only scored one goal. I know he's not been in the best team. We've not played well, but what's your thoughts on Solomon Rondon?
I'm going to judge him when he played for Newcastle United. Yeah, he scored 12 goals under Rafa Benitez that season. I thought he's a unit. I thought he did really well. I mean, if I was going to rate out of 10, I'll give him an 8 because I thought he did really well for Rafa. His free kicks are fantastic. I thought, his movement, I thought his hold-up play is fantastic. He had a first touch. He's hard to push off away. Yeah, scores some great headers and scores some cracking goals, but he's a focal point to us, in a 4-2-3-1. And But you got Aliotti Perez on one side as well, and Miguel Almiron, when he joined us as well, made him a better player. I thought Salomon did okay. I thought on next time on the season on loan, I thought he was brilliant. But we tried to get him for 16.5 million quid, right? That's as long as Rafa Benitez stayed. And actually would not pay that money. So they let him go back to West Brom. Then he went off to China alongside Rafa Benitez. And once they went, that was it, really. But when I look back on Salomon as well, when he played for Everton, in my opinion, it does not look the same player. And I don't know why. But like I said, I mean, I don't know. He's got a 1-year contract. I don't know what's going to happen to him now. Is he a Frank Lampard type player? I'm not so sure. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, he's on a 2-year deal with an option for the third, but maybe it's age. Maybe he's lost a step. You know what I mean? But I was expecting like I'd seen a target man, somebody who can hold the ball up, and he's really looked just off the pace for a lot of the times. Funnily enough, the best game I've seen him have was against Liverpool, where he did show a bit of guile and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's not worked out for him. And don't get me wrong, he's been unlucky in the fact that Calvert-Lewin's practically been out injured. So I think if Calvert-Lewin was fit the whole season, you would have seen him been brought on maybe in the last 20 minutes, get his match fitness up. So don't want to slate the lad or anything like that. He scored a hat-trick the other day for Venezuela, though, against the mighty Bolivia.
Oh, wow. He has got some goals scoring touch, hasn't he? But I was going to say, I hope he does it for you, but hopefully not against us on Tuesday night. But at the end of the day, I think he still needs to play. He needs to play football sort of thing, but I think he's going to be fine. I think our central defence of Dan Burn and hopefully Fabian Schär, I want to see Lascelles dropped, do the business sort of thing. I mean, he's fixed the defence, and that's what we need to do. So, yeah, if he is going to play, I think Frank will give him a chance. I got comments from Ryan before that. Looking forward to see Delbo on the channel tomorrow, and he's going to go on Arteta, so I'll be looking forward to that one tomorrow. Do what I'm doing because there's no football for us sort of thing. I'm not doing watching on Saturdays and Sundays. So I've got Spencer as well, Bruno Guimaraes and Jordan in the midfield is huge for us. Both players graph for Diaz and Uz's flair. So excited to watch those two in the midfield. And I'll go for it as well. And I've got Jessica as well. Your teammate, and he's chatting to John King. And I've got Pence Tony Nazareth. Bonjour, John. Bonjour to you. Come staying. Come yes. I tried to speak Italian to him, so I don't think it's Italian anyway. There you go. Question for the Everton fans, and that's from Ryan from Canada. What do you think of the fullbacks you brought, and will they start against Newcastle?
Well, the Michaelenko started against Norwich, and he did look a bit out of his depth. He did get one assist for Richarlison's goal, but he got done a few times. And when Duncan was in charge, that game against Villa, he dropped him, and he played Godfrey left back. Who, I mean, that's one of the good things about Ben Godfrey. He's not going to moan. You can play right back, left back, main position centre back, but he doesn't get out with it. I don't know. Frank's going to have a look at it and probably think. I think he'll start tomorrow, maybe in the FA Cup. But I think to play at St James's, which is a massive game because we're both in similar positions in the table, I don't think he'll play. The young lad Patterson, he played last week in the under-23s and he set up a goal and he looked quick. But again, this lad's 19. Big step up, really. I think if Coleman's fit, he's going to play, and I'd probably be Ben Godfrey at left back if I had to bet on it. I don't think they'll be thrown in just yet.
Fair dues. We have to see what happens on Tuesday, but it'll be very interesting for your team lined up as well. And that's a question for Ryan there. That's a strong accent. Yeah, I've got a broad northeast accent. I used to up in Newcastle, by the way. But I'll try to tone it. I'll do my best, Tony. But hey, there you go. If you decide to be channeled, that'd be fantastic. I'll do more content as well. I've got Ryan again, Lascelles or Keane. Oh, man. That's a tough one. Lascelles or Keane.
Can I have neither?
Fair enough.
I'll take Lascelles. He won me some money once.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, you can have it in the summer, mate. You can have it in the summer. We get Sven Botman. and then you can have him in the summer. And I've got Ginger, get him to Ginger, will be okay. So, right, Spencer, Bruno's going to embarrass him. He's a real bar in the midfield. Bruno is world class. He is world class player, by the way. And Danielle, and question for you: what's the Liverpool connection? The reason Everton fan base hated Rafa so much, Paul?
I don't think it helped. It certainly didn't help, but I think it was just strange decisions, like where we're losing, say 2-0, and he wouldn't bring another striker on or change things up, and he'd do odd things like, well, we're getting beat 2-0, there's 5 at the back, I think I'll bring a right back on. Stuff like that, or he wouldn't use all of his substitutions. For instance, his last game against Norwich when he got sacked, the game beforehand, Andros Townsend come on and scored the winner. So we're 2-1 down to Norwich, we've pulled the goal back. Andros Townsend is warming up, running up and down, doesn't bring him on, doesn't even make a sub. It's stuff like that which baffles you, going, what are you doing? You know, like, just, I tried to give him a go, and I did genuinely. I said, well done after a couple of the bright start we had. But he got a worse record than Mike Walker, and Mike Walker was Everton's worst manager in the Premier League. So he's took a team that was second last Christmas under Ancelotti, second, and he went that far down, beat all the records for worst form. He's only really got himself to blame, I think. Stubbornness sometimes. When they asked Duncan Ferguson, were you surprised that he got sacked? Duncan Ferguson said no, and I don't think Mr. Benitez was surprised either. So that tells you a lot. You know, he's obviously upset people, like Luca Dean, who went to Villa.
Yeah.
When you look at, if you remember what happened with Xabi Alonso at Liverpool, he wanted to sign Gareth Barry to replace him. Didn't work out. The next season, Alonso's gone. And, you know, Gareth Barry was a great player. He played for Everton, done well. But Xabi Alonso was a world-class player. And he upset people. He did the same with Luca Dean. They've had the disagreement. But this sort of shows you how crazy Everton's board are. They sell Luca Dean to back the manager. Then 3 days later, they sack the manager. So I think that shows you how turmoil it is at Everton at the moment. But hopefully things get better under Frank. They can't get any worse. If they get worse, it'll be really bad.
Yeah. Oh, bless you. You know what it is? I thought that the day. I thought, hang on a minute. I mean, they're going to let Dini go, and then they sacked him 3 days later. I thought that's strange. Absolutely strange. Nice. I tell you what, I think Dini would have stayed at Everton. But at the end of the day, right, I mean, he would have stayed if Rafa got sacked. But I tell you what, you need a left back. You need to get that one in the summer. That's what you need, 100%. I got Ryan, 2 world-class players on the squad now. Wait till the summer. If they want Napoli's Fabian Ruiz, wow, he's worse than Bruno. Ginger, I watch Fabian Ruiz a lot, and I tell you what, I love this player. I think this guy has got flair. I think this guy's got all the midfield skills he's got in the Napoli midfield. Fantastic. The Football's Daddy, big up to you, my guy. Absolutely fantastic. And 5 of these comments as well. Geez, Leighton Baines was a legend. One of your best legs back off our age. And I tell you what, I love that. He's a great player there, Leighton Baines. That left foot of him, absolutely wow. Fantastic. I've got Prince Tony as well. It is, I was crowned a Prince in Julianson on Tuesday. Big up to you, my guy. I'm going to fly this out as well. And Desiree says, thank you, John. I hope you're doing well. Great show, mate. Thank you so much indeed, mate. Really appreciate that. John, in Newcastle want to buy Ruiz and Napoli next summer. Joe Linton is gone. I don't think he will. I think it's going to be need to strengthen the team. You need to strengthen that team in the midfield as well. What will happen to Shelby? Who would you rather take, Shelby or Fabian Ruiz? I tell Ruiz all day long because that guy has got a wicker shot on him. And I tell you what, he gets stuck in as well. And he's just so fantasy in the midfield. 6'2" he is, that guy. And he's going to cost a hell of a lot of money. Big up to you. Thanks so much indeed. Let's get the likes in the chat. Thank you very much indeed. I've got Jan as well from, I think, some Belgium. I found, could be wrong. Everton, no problem. We've got 12 man at home. And that is from Jan. And we're going to talk about who are you going to talk about next? We are going to talk about Mashiri as well. Everton, so what was easy with you, John? Seto, well, it is, mate. It's not going to be that much easier, mate. It's going to be a lot difficult. It's not going to be as easy as people think that Frank is in the cut. Who's going to play up front for Everton? I heard DCL is injured. That's the question for you, Paul. Who's going to be playing at the top? It's going to have to be Rondon.
Yeah, he's injured for tomorrow. There's no word whether he's got a chance to play Tuesday. Apparently Lampard likes to play 4-3-3, so I would see that Richarlison will play up front, and it'll be obviously like Damari Gray will be on one wing, and it'll probably be Townsend. I hope it's not Alex Iwobi. I don't like to pick on a player, but for someone who's been paid the money we paid for him, we've not really seen a return for that. And me personally, Mashiri had shares in Arsenal before he went to Everton. It stinks, that deal, really does stink. But, and look, Newcastle took 6 points off us last year. Funnily enough, the last away game I went to was Carlo Ancelotti's first away at St James's Park when we won 2-1. Calvert-Lewin scored twice. I've got a decent record at St James's, touch wood. But I'm still really. My main concern is them stairs, mate. I'm still worried about them getting up them. It's like 18 flights of stairs, and it really is tiring after you've been on the hill on the coach for most of the day. So,
wow, it is what it is, my guy. You just got to do it. You touched on DCL score that did. Yes, it's 2. They beat us by 2-1. Yeah, I tell you something. Oh man, I thought you were poor that day. I've got Marcus Wellfield to the tune, going to stick a 5 on it, bro. Well, good luck on that one, mate. I hope you make some winnings, my guy. Sander Rondon, oh man, the way you spelled it. Version of Chris Wood. Oh man. And Spence speaking to someone else. Perez and Miggy were unreal with Rondon, and a 4-3-3. I watched the squad today to understand how Clark getting up for the first team training. I put him with the under-21s. He's a bad apple. He's a poor player, Kieran Clark. If you want Kieran Clark in the summer, you can have him. Let's be real. And our possibilities are endless. It's impossible to predict who's going to sign in the summer so early. Listen, we need to stay in this league first, Spencer. I don't know what I mean. You need to stop in this league first and foremost. And Dan, I'll get rid of that. Yep, that's Saka off dawn. And there's a young lad. There's a young lad plays on the wing for the Toffees. He looks lively and pretty useful when he came on against Villa. I think it's a Gordon. His name is
Anthony Gordon. Yeah,
yes.
Gordon.
Tell me more about this guy.
Andy Gordon's been another bright spark this season. He's been with Everton since he was like a very young age. He's an Evertonian. That's probably one things I'll compliment Benitez on, is that he brought him into the fold. He's given him some game time, and he's done well. It was surprising he didn't start against Villa. It was, because he's probably been like one of our better players this season. He scored 2 against Brighton. He's got a few assists. But the main thing I like about him is he's direct. Yeah, he's exciting to watch.
He is.
He's direct. He likes to get crosses in. When I watch Iwobi, he wants to do step overs and try and nutmeg a player. Gordon's skillful, but like I said, there's a bit of end product with him. He wants to get the ball in the box. He wants to shoot.
Yeah.
He's still young as well. Like he got his first cap for the under-21s a few months ago and scored twice on his debut, which is good for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's another good prospect. That's the interesting thing about Everton. Even though we're not doing well, when you look at the squad, there's still some real good players in there. Pickford, Mina, Godfrey, Decore, Allen, Damari Gray, Richarlison. There's a lot of talent in there, and surely a manager can get something out of that side.
Yeah. I do like Alan sort of thing. He came for Napoli sort of. I don't know what's happened to him, but he needs more games, in my opinion. And Decore, I'm glad he's out as well, to be fair, because I'll tell you what, that guy's got legs in the middle of the midfield. I think it's so exciting, that kid. I really do think so. So I've got a question for you as well, Paul. How is Frank going to fit Allen and Van der Beek in the same line up? They are pretty much the same player.
It's a good question that me and Dave actually were talking about in our live stream. To my knowledge, they're both number 10s. That's why Van der Beek wasn't happy at United. He wasn't getting much game time. And when he was, they weren't playing him as number 10 because they got Bruno Fernandes. Dele Alli, I know he's not, obviously it's very well documented, he's not been playing well the last couple of years. But at least he's a player who's got something to prove, you know what I mean? I'm unsure how it's going to work, because from what I'm told, Lampard doesn't even like to play number 10. He likes to play 4-3-3 with like a lone striker, 2 wingers, and then 3 centre midfielders. So I'd imagine Ali's going to have to fit in as a centre midfielder, because you're not going to drop Decore if he's fit. He's not at the moment. And if Allen's fit, he's probably going to start as well. So I think Ali and Van der Beek are going to have to compete for the same starting lineup. I think Decore's out for 3 or 4 weeks, so that will that won't give it much of a headache. But these are the problems I want to see at Everton. I want to see players competing for places. I don't want to see the players sitting on the bench just because for the sake of it. And there's too much of that at Everton. There is some dead wood that needs chopping. There's some players, as I said earlier on, who have seen many managers get sacked with down tools, in my opinion. But I don't know. I don't know where they are going to fit in. I've not seen much of Van der Beek, but I hope they do well,
Yeah. The thing is, though, you can't play both at the same team. Probably put Van der Beek in the midfield and probably Ali in a 10 role sort of thing. But I'm sure we find out on Tuesday night. And yeah, that'll be interesting. We really need a number 10 and a top one this summer. Go back to Leon for Paqueta. He's fluid with Bruno and decent Agra as well. Lucas Paqueta watching Milan sort of thing. I just did not think he was ready for Milan sort of thing. He tried. I didn't think he was ready for the Rossoneri, but going to Leon, I think he's gone back sort of got his career back on track sort of thing. I do like him, but I think it's going to be exciting sort of thing. I think he'd do okay at Leon sort of thing. So fabulous as well. And quite a few there sort of thing as well. So we go on to Mushiri as well. Your majority chairman, right? A state order. I mean, he's been there for a long time. He spent over 500 million. Not even a trophy to show for it, mate.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you can't say he's not put his money in, which he has. There's been poor recruitment at times. My main issue with him is he needs to stay away from certain footballing decisions. Alex Iwobi was his signing. That's quite well known now. El Ghazi was signed on loan from his say. I think that key agent's in his ear, but even Benitez didn't want El Ghazi, you know what I mean? So the big thing with it is he's also helping fund the new stadium, which is getting built now. He's just mad. Like, he's just made some decisions. Like, why would you pay over the odds for Alex Iwobi? Why would you bring Benitez in when everyone else is telling you don't do it? The maddest one for me, which nearly happened, was before Lampard come in. They wanted to bring back Roberto Martinez. Now think about it. Moshiri sacked Martinez, and then Martinez took him to court for his payout and got like 10 million. How mad have you got to be to go, that guy who sued me for his payout? Let's bring him back. Let's give him another go. Like that, I think that tells you a lot about him, and maybe this is why Arsenal didn't want to give him more of a say, in my opinion. But I think he just needs to hire people and let them do the jobs. You know what I mean? When you've got a director of football in like Marcel Brands, and then you're telling him, oh, by the way, I want Alex Iwobi. We're signing him. He doesn't have a say in that. It doesn't sit well, does it? You know what I mean?
Nah. And he's still at your club as well. I just don't understand. Excuse me. It's absolutely madness. That's a madness. I mean, to see him on that in the team as well. I mean, you wasted all that money, right? And it's just crazy. Back on Martinez as well. I thought it's an absolute. You cannot have him back. They got rid of him. He got rid of him. He wants him back. But I think he made a good choice in Frank, by the way. You don't want Roberto back, but he's a decent guy. But I just don't think he's going to be for you guys again. I've got to thank should be a cult hero Gunson. I was outburst at Klopp when he was Chelsea manager. I'd love to see that happen anytime soon. John, could we not be pushed for Bellingham in the next 2 years? You never know. You never know. Richest club in the world. Who knows? And Benitez's head coach suggests always does. Going to thrive as well. Alonso, Joao agree together. Totally agree. I hope this is secretary to join soon. It's not a dud. I want to see top man brought in. That man could be Dan Ashworth, by the way, by the sounds of it. His name's been linked quite a few times. And I've got Judy as well. Thanks for your super chat, Judy. I really appreciate that. And love you lots as well. Just in the super chats, love for those bad 15 minute mutton chops. I love Judy, man. She is absolutely brilliant. And she is absolute fun. I mean, if I ever see Judy, then I'll give her a massive hug as well. She is so lovely as well. And 2 more business in the summer will do me. And I think most of the assistant squad will be gone in the summer. All new faces, players how I was choosing. And Jim John, to win trophies, Jordan had to be removed from central and mid. It may be hard for you, but it is the good of the club getting new players who can play that roles. There you go. Got a guy called Lee coming in. Big up to you, Lee. Do subscribe. Question: why is it set to put banners outside Rafa House and a potential new manager before Lampard? there was graffiti on the stadium walls. Everton expects the best. What's your take on that one, from Lee?
Well, look, I don't condone anyone doing stuff like that, especially, you know, about a manager who's not even come in. And those Everton fans who were graffitiing our own stadium, idiots. Why are we doing that to our home? You know what I mean? Yeah, that stuff like that annoys me. Look, if people want to protest, that's fine, but there's a way to do it. There's a way not to do it. I mean, you will know yourselves with dealing with Mike Ashley. He's done protest. Did anyone ever spray paint St James's Park? You know what I mean? Or if they did, it's not on. You just don't do stuff like that. People want to do banners and stuff. That's a different thing. As long as it's not like nothing fretful or nothing like that. Try and be respectful at times. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's football. You don't want to be threatening people over it and stuff like that. Some people need to just grow up.
Exactly, and the thing is as well. I mean, those fans don't deserve to be Everton fans at all whatsoever. I think you do things like that. Not for me. I've got Tony. Hey, haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're well. Wish you well. That's from speaking to Judy as well. If we stick to this 4-3-3, I think we need to upgrade at the left back spot in the summer. If Target doesn't look like to be our long-term solution, never know. He's only on loan. Anything can happen. Goalkeeper and another centre back should be our main prize in the summer. I'd love to see a quality goalkeeper coming in. No disrespect to either back guy, but hey, you see what happens. Eddie Howe just doesn't rate him properly. I don't understand. Spencer, it's a fun thing. He's changing. They can't seem to press and drop off Liverpool. They press constant, stick near the defence. Judy, I'm also confident. New manager bounce is the ultimate wild card in this match. That'd be very interesting. And let's get on with the Leeds game. Whereas Leeds fans couldn't see guests getting beat. It's the hope that kills us fans. That's John, the Leeds fans, by the way. Also on the bright side, Everton needs Danny Amakachi back. What a legend. 7 years of blue. Absolutely brilliant.
FA Cup winner for Everton, yeah.
I can remember that very well. He's a brilliant player. He's got pacing because he's quick. And this is true. We took 6 points off them last season. Yes, we did, home and away. Callum Wilson's been achieving torment as well, especially at Goodison, scored twice. And it is what it is. What thing, Abigail? I don't know where she is tonight. And Pickford. How do you rate Jordan Pickford, mate, as a goalkeeper?
Do you know what? He's done well. When we first signed him, his first season was good. He's made a couple of high-profile mistakes. The big one against Liverpool, which Sky love replaying that one. But you know, every goalkeeper makes mistakes. We signed him at a young age, and like I was saying earlier on, there was things I didn't like. I don't mind the goalkeeper if they make errors now and then. That happens, but when you're getting involved with fans, there was a couple of instances where I don't know if you ever seen it, but he was having a scrap, wasn't he, in Newcastle with some fans and stuff like that, and pictured having a bevy at the darts. I don't mind if he has a bevy at the darts, nothing wrong with that. But I think he's done well. You know, you've seen his form for England. Done really well, and I think he's matured over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think he's a great goalkeeper, and I hope we keep hold of him for many, many years.
Fair enough. Cool. I'm not a fan of Jordan, but there you go. Who knows? Right. So what I'm going to do as well is just going to do a little break, and if I'm just going to go through the subscribers, etc. If you do like the video, like what you see, people, please hit the like button. People like Lee, people like Everton fans in this chat, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us, it increases my channel as well. And also, if you hit the like button as well, it definitely improves my channel. If you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. 99p, that's all it costs. And it doesn't cost a lot. And it's just less than a McDonald's flurry as well. So 99p to become a member. That's all it costs. And also, if you'd like to donate as well, super chat how much you want to cost. Like Judy Hops has already done, then click on the $sign. If you want to become a member, click on the join sign as well. I just got a sponsor as well, as from the Newcastle United Food Bank, which I've just got today. If you'd like to make a month's donation and help the food bank people, absolutely cool. Is your phone echoey there, mate, from your end? Absolutely. Hello? Is your phone echoey there, mate? Sorry, can you hear us, man? Can you hear us, mate? Oh, man. Sorry, can you hear us, mate? Can't hear you, mate.
There seems to be a bit of a lag going on.
Yeah, there is, mate. You're absolutely right. I think it's your end, mate. I think it's your end. But it's gone now. Thank God for that. Yeah, just quick sponsors. Thank you, man. Just quick sponsors as well from Newcastle West Ham Food Bank as well. We'd like to make a monthly donation. That is absolutely brilliant. And it goes towards, like the food bank. It goes on food. It goes on anywhere as well. And Heroes Against Hunger, supporting NDFC food banks as well. And also a couple of sponsorships if you'd like to be interested. So, yeah, to end the hunger and also the food bank as well. So please donate what you can. So that is the sponsorship done there. Right, so just go back to Ginger. Newcastle sponsors the wingers. Two wingers can't get decent runs. Attack player. I love ASM, but I watch football, not a trickster sort of thing. That's very, 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 very true. And 5 chance well. Hope I'll beat Man U tonight. Everyone's there. Top striker or two is a must. 2 mids and 2 more back players as well. So what I was going to say. So what's been your favourite game for Everton, mate? What's been your favourite memories for Everton?
Overall or this season?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said overall, because this season has not been much.
No, what I mean is this sort of thing, your greatest game of all time, your favourite manager and your favourite game of all time. Sorry. My bad.
So someone that I've seen manager-wise, it would be David Moyes, you know what I mean? We had 11 years with him. He took us from, fighting relegation most seasons to actually being like top 6 contenders, getting us into Europe, even getting us in the top 4 once as well. Yes, he didn't win any trophies, but you know what? It's tough to win trophies these days, unless you're a Man City or Liverpool United. Favourite game? Favourite game? Probably go for... It's got to be beating Liverpool, so it'll probably be beating Liverpool 1-0 when David Moyes was in charge, because it was the first time we'd won one in 5 years. Second favourite game is probably beating Liverpool 3-0. Yeah, but you know what? There was another game on where we lost 4-3 to Man United, but it was such a good game. So we were 3-0 down and brought it back. That game, Goodison was bouncing, and when Goodison's bouncing, it's great. When it's not so great, it can be a bit toxic lately. But I'd go for that. David Moyes was the best. The big man here behind me was my hero, though, Duncan Ferguson, who spent a couple of seasons at Newcastle as well. But I'll go for David Moyes. He's been, in my lifetime, probably the most successful.
Right, I like David Moyes. I quite like him as well, sort of thing. He's done a great job over the years. And listen, you're not going to get him back. He's not going to be the same manager, sort of thing. But you got to move on from David Moyes now. So yeah, I agree with you. Got Ginger. Our team is with Saints, right winger Fiercer, left winger yet to play on the wrong side. I think that the first place is upgrading. Inside forward zone, I for the goal, and Watford, Dennis as well. I think he'd be moving on for Watford. They get relegated. I really do. And I agree with you, left foot and cutting in. We have 2 crosses on the right at the minute. It's weird. I've got my guy Norvik, so it could have been worse. You order could have got Steve Bruce as your manager. Steve Bruce.
It's the new West Brom manager, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone there. Yes, he's gone there yesterday. I think he's a brilliant. I think that's for me personally. I feel for them, man. I feel for them. Good luck to the West Brom fans. He's going to play the hoofball like he did in Newcastle. You know what I mean?
Well, he's getting reunited with Andy Carroll as well, isn't he? They just signed him.
Exactly. I don't know. He hardly played him. I can remember last season he played Andy Carroll for about 10 seconds. And that was it. That was at West Brom.
Did you see the 2 goals that Andy Carroll scored for Reading that got disallowed?
Yeah, I've seen them both. Oh, man.
So unlucky, that, isn't it?
I know. I'll tell you what, you would have thought Cristiano Ronaldo scored a goal like that, and that would have got talked about for years and years and years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm going to follow this comments as well before we talk about the actual game for Tuesday. I hope the Everton fans have binoculars so you can see the pitch from way up in the stands at St James's Park. And do you think Everton will be tougher than Leeds for us? I think it's going to be a lot tougher now. It's going to be a lot tougher in this game, mate, because listen, they got Frank Lampard in as well, and they got 2 players coming in. So it's going to be a lot. If they had Rafa and Benitez, I would have won that game. Would have won that game with ease. but he's
Yeah,
gone. He's going to be a lot. Sorry, man.
When do Newcastle play Leeds?
Say
When do
again.
you play Leeds?
We
When do
played them.
Newcastle play Leeds?
We played them both, mate. We drew 1-6 St James's, and we beat them last 2 weeks ago by 4-0.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I was only asking because we've got Leeds next week.
Yes, you have. That will be a huge game. That'll be a huge game.
Yeah.
We've got to play Hughes on Tuesday and Villa at home 5 days after that. Oh my God, that's going to be a tough game. I'm just not sure. But it's going to be tough. I can see goals in that one, by the way. I might even do a watch-along for that game, Everton Leeds. I might do a watch-along for that game, so you never know. With Jesse Lingard join Newcastle next transfer window. He wants to come to Newcastle. I wouldn't mind having Jesse Lingard, but we've probably got better targets in the summer, so we could have done with him, Alex, in the window sort of thing. So, listen, I think he wants to come, but if I'm a betting guy, I think he might have passed up on him, by the way. It's now or never for him. So, Alex, do subscribe to the channel, mate. If Ducour is out for the game on Tuesday, there's a huge advantage for us. Spencer, he's out, mate, on Tuesday. Yeah. He's definitely out, 100%. I'm still sad about Rafa. For the idea of Liverpool management Everton was like Bruce managing Sunderland, then jumped to Newcastle. Wow. Busy, man. Absolutely a madness, yeah? And do you think we'll lose some of the atmosphere when you have the new stadium? By the Docks.
It's a good question. I know it happened with Arsenal, didn't it? West Ham certainly had that problem with the new stadium, but to be honest, since David Moyes has gone, the atmosphere at Goodison has been quite toxic at times, you know what I mean? I've not enjoyed it really as much, you know, it never used to be that way. I don't know whether that's fans changing opinions. Obviously, it doesn't help that we've not been playing well the last few years. Been a lot of false dawns. There's been a lot of money spent and not really much improvement. So, I don't know. I'll be gutted to go away from Goodison, to be honest. There's a part of me that's like, should enjoy all these games we've got left there. It's such an iconic stadium for us. A lot of history there. But it's also exciting to go to a new ground, isn't it? We do need one. It's, you know, Goodison's very old, very dated. Old Trafford's called the Theatre of Dreams. I call Goodison the Theatre of Obstructed Views. If you've ever sat, it's like a massive pole right in front of you. But yeah, I'm excited, but I'll be a bit gutted at the same time.
Fair enough. I understand. But listen, you got to move with the times, mate. You have to move with the times because that looks going to be a cracking stadium when it gets done up, sort of thing. But you need to be in the Premier League, and I think you will. We couldn't spare a St. James cover at the same sports adverts. I love it, man. And wow. And what's the Everton fans' take on Yeremina? I think you mentioned him earlier on. He's best defender, but always seems to get injured all the time, and it's so frustrating. That's from Foxy from Colombia.
Yeah, he's a good player, but like I said earlier as well, like he's just said, it's keeping him fit. You know, I think every club have had players like that. You know, a good player who has injury problems. Always seems to be fit for Colombia, but I know that he's fit for tomorrow. And we've not really had many games out of him this season. I think he's played under 10. Someone else has asked, do Everton still own Moise Kean as he left? Now, Moise Kean's on a 2-year loan at Juventus, and they've got an obligation to buy out if something happens. But Moise Kean was another player who come with a high profile, a lot of promise, but it just never fit in. Don't know whether he didn't like the area or he didn't like the country or whatever, but it happens, doesn't it? Some players just can't adapt to certain leagues, and it seems the Italian league is made for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of see Moise Kean coming back again. Listen, I think he's a great player. I think he's a canny player, but I think he's moved to the Premier League too early in his career. In my opinion, I just hope that he comes back one day. You just never know. And yeah, I'm just going to look at this one as well. My favourite moment watching an Everton match was when Pepe Reina caught Andy Johnson's heat instead of the ball, and he scored from it. I can't you remember that.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I was there. 3-0 win for Everton in the derby. I've never seen Everton win that by that score since or before, actually. But yeah, good day that. Very good day.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's gone on a 6 million loan fee for 2 years. Absolutely right there. Third world country. Now, thanks for coming to member, Luke. I really appreciate that, mate. And listen, it's just fantastic. It's nice to get some members on board. It really is. It's just a family as well. So I really appreciate that, Luke. 99p, that's all it costs. Your name's in the hat as well. When I get enough members, I should do a draw for some good prices. And Paul, Pickford or Southend this time?
Southall. Southall.
I agree. And just going to fly as well. Just going to give another fan Wonderful Saw because I've got John. Southall for me all day. He is a legend. He's a damn good keeper, by the way. Brilliant.
Club legend, Mr. Southall.
Class, that legend, true legend. Modern football is moving away from target type players. Liverpool, City, Chelsea create from different areas of the pitch. Tradition 9 has been fierce out of the game. I just read like a false 9. Man City's the only one who can get away with that. And I've got some Everton fan here from Stephen. Evening, John, into you as well. He's an Everton fan and he's a fantastic guy. I feel good at the same time. Sorry, John. Chesway is absolutely fine, mate. You know what I mean? Absolutely fine. And reading about round again about Brazilians and that sort of thing. David Icke was right there, aliens among us. I just heard him on John's channel. Yeah, that's not my noise, by the way. Jimmy, how you doing, my guy? Hope you're okay. I hope you and your family are well too. South for legend. That's from Stephen. Questions, Edson, for you. I know Liverpool, Man United is a derby, but what is the relationship between Everton and Man U?
It's not really a rivalry, to be honest. A lot of Liverpool fans will tell you that Everton like Man United. To be honest, we've always kind of signed players from them. They obviously bought Wayne Rooney. We got like Tim Howard, Phil Neville, Louis Saha. I have no real issues with Man United. I'll always say in the 90s, when I grew up really young watching football, they were the best team to watch. You know, so there's never been that rivalry with Everton and Man United at all, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve Bruce said we never managed again, then took the very next job is offered 3 months, 8 million in his back pocket, by the way. Unbelievable, man. Football killed him, he said. And then guess what? He goes out to West Brom. Wow. And Opal one for Marcos Bashiri. I think he's a decent defender, sort of thing. Young Monaco as well. Man, you got to be the best where you have them 5-0. And just going to go for this. Well done, that's my job. Who's Mint Striker could actually benefit from Steve's comment and playing hoofball, funny enough. Yeah. Bruce will have West Brom in the Prem next season. If he does that, that'd be absolutely a miracle, by the way. Hi, Juice, as well. I think he knows you, by the way. So sad about those passengers. Korean air crash this morning. Heart goes out to the family and co-pilot. If that's true, that is sad, man. That's really, really sad. And my heart goes to them as well, people. So I love Mr. Loved Ones as well. Condolences to them as well. I do apologize about the news. John's Everton's defense is terrible and he didn't repair it. Is that true?
Been unlucky with being out injured this season, I think. When Mina plays, Ben Godfrey plays better, Michael Keane even plays better. I would like to see us sign another centre-half, but, you know, Seamus Coleman's obviously getting on with age now. His better days have passed. Still a real club hero, in my opinion. Been a great player for Everton. Luca Dean leaving is obviously, you know, that needs replacing. Maybe the young lad will come through, but we have signed 2 new prospects and fullbacks, so hopefully Lampard and Paul Clement and the boys can get a bit more organised. Like I said earlier, this season our weakness has been set pieces, so yeah, the defence has been great. I can't really defend them much.
Fair enough. It's what it is, man. Yeah, question for you as well, Paul. First question: if Ace instant firing, who's going to score for us? I want Murphy on the right wing. He scores this season. Fraser hasn't scored in 2 seasons, mate. Cut him out. That is from you. I mean, ASN, you rate. How do you make Jacob Murphy and Ryan Fraser?
Well, I'd say Chris Wood's the focal point now, but if Maximum doesn't score, I mean, I've always seen John Joe Shelby. Like, I remember him when he was at Liverpool. He's got the ability to score a goal out of nowhere. You know, he really has got good long shots on him. Don't know. I mean, is Trippier playing like a wing back or is he playing full back? Because my understanding, Trippier likes playing as a wing back, so he'll be getting forward. And you know, I don't know much about this Brazilian lads. I'll be honest. I hope no one scores for Newcastle on Tuesday. To be honest.
I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd say that. Listen, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. Simple as that, man. But let's see. How many seats in the new stadium? Is it 52,000? Is it no 65,000? Am I right?
I think it's about 55,000 to be honest. From what if I remember right.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope we get that packed as well. If you stay, I'm sure you will. I agree, John. If you stay up, we'll be looking at better than Lingard. He's a kind of player like he is indeed. You don't have to apologise, Jinder. It's absolutely fine, killer. If we want Renato Sanchez, we stay up, not Lingard. Listen, he had a terrible time against Swansea, Renato Sanchez, but listen, I think he's done a lot. I think he'll come to the Premier League a better player. I think it's exciting. I think he'd be brilliant. Look at Mo Salah. Came to Chelsea, didn't hit it off. Goes to Italy, comes out Liverpool. Wow. Best striker in the world for me. I believe Bruno can score. I've seen him play for Brazil this week and nearly scored, but then he had an assist. Aston Gian. Newcastle next door to football. Yeah, I love that. If we merge to leave the old lady, the Rattlers up for good leg of the fly. I don't anything until we get to football dependencies on resign. And Andy Johnson was a double max from EastEnders indeed. I got Julius as well. I love that. My favourite international species against Liverpool, absolutely explosive atmosphere, great back and forth, and all the players gave 100%, both deserved the 3 points. What a game, I can remember that. Look around Fisher's stats on these atrocious. He hasn't scored at all for 2 years. And I says Dustin Faves in the fear of us. I've got to fight as well. Faves 33 games, 0 goals, 0. That's from Ginger. And
that's surprising because I remember Ryan Fraser when he was at Bournemouth and he got a lot of assists. Remember Arsenal were getting linked to him at one point as well. And I remember one season he got like over 10 assists for Bournemouth. And I don't know what's happened, whether he's just, sometimes it happens, you have a drop in form, but
yeah, man. It's just crazy, man. I mean, I expect Ryan Fraser to score goals. And listen, I'm getting to like him now. Yeah, but he needs to score some goals from the right leg. He needs to get some goals very quickly. Otherwise, he's going to find it being dropped. And I don't want that for him at all, by the way. I really don't. Extra time. Thanks for coming on, mate. Up the tune. Do subscribe to my channel, mate. Fraser works hard on occasions to put a decent cross in it. That's about it. I want to see some more goals. And you see, and I've got so many comments, by the way. If I don't read them out, I do apologise. And look at all of the 3 top sides. I have goal scoring wingers: Pulisic, Mane, Sterling, Silva, Mahrez, even also have Martin and Nelly. We have Saint, Selfish Trickster, and Denver Fiesta, Judy, Stevens now, Man Sunday, Newcastle, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, Birmingham Villa, West Brom. Guys got the Lord of a rash of a brothel. That's a Judy. Oh, Judy, man. But you're right, by the way. And we touched on it earlier on, Ian. What do you think of really turned down Evan's job? In my opinion, I agree with you. He was too early to take on that job.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of PR getting played by Wayne as well, because a few days before that, he said he was very flattered to be in the candidates for the Everton job, and it would be a tough job to turn down if it come his way. But he also said he's committed to Derby. Then he said he was offered an interview and turned it down. I don't know whether he was offered an interview. Maybe he was, but I think it was too soon for Wayne. I think he's doing a great job at Derby. I think it would be such an achievement if he kept them up. And fair play to him for having a bit of loyalty there, for saying, no, I'm going to stick with this. So we're fair play.
Yeah, fair enough. Always remember Manuel Fernandes at Everton is on loan, scored a scoop against United. What's one random player that was underrated at Everton for you? I can remember that goal very well, by the way.
Yeah, we ended up losing it. Ooh, a player that was underrated for Everton. Not many, because they normally flop, to be honest. Let's think. For me, someone like David Weir. David Weir was held in very high regard by Evertonians, but not so much like the outside media. So I'll go for someone like that, a defender. Or, better yet, Lee Carsley. Lee Carsley was a great player for Everton. We miss characters like that. Tough tackling players, you know what I mean? So I'll go with Lee Carsley and David Weir.
Fair enough. He's a decent player, by the way. And in his time, big lad, and he defends properly as well. We'll be forced next year if we stay up. It's a big if. At the minute, that's extra time again. And listen, if there are more names again on there, I'm not even going to read them out, sort of thing. Let's be real. And they're going to be. Remember, Everton signed Tony Cottee and we signed Dave Besant. Coffee got a hat-trick and we got thumped 4-1 at Goodness Park. I can remember that one as well. He had a poor time. So even Joe will be well, and Flower as well. I mean, Makalenko. How do you rate Makalenko?
So you've got to give him a chance, haven't you? He's only had 2 games, and like I said, no one played well against Norwich. You know what I mean? It's tough to be a young lad coming into a side that are playing bad. You've got to give him a chance. He's only young. I know we paid big money for him, but look, his coach is now a Leighton Baines and Ashley Cole, so that's got to be good for him. You know what I mean? You got probably two of the most attacking fullback the Premier League have seen, great assists and stuff like that. So that's only going to help him.
Yeah, fair enough. We give it what's it now? Give it a couple more minutes before we wrap up as well. And if I don't read your comments, people, I do apologise. The entire team went bad because of Bruce Ball. I just can't wait for Tuesday week because it's going to be tough. We've got to win, drag as many teams as we can into the battle. Yep, that is true. First apparent guy gets lit, absolutely. Should have been net and stop fans throwing things, players stop fans getting injured by the ball. And if I don't read it out, I do apologise. New people, please subscribe, man. And I have 2 players looking for the same space, doing the same job. BL Duff will be your key bit. Next to hockey games for 20 minutes, you don't even realise it's there. Yeah, his name is Paul, by the way, and his name is Paul. First, we getting better and better over the past few weeks. It's just create and not score. Yeah, a goal here would be a better. Nowhere it should be dropped. Listen, I think Trace is getting better, and I'm sticking up for him. Kabik and Ali played less games than me. He's retired in 1999. And just a couple more comments before we wrap up as well. But while you're there, I mean, what do you think the score's going to be on Tuesday night, mate?
I'm going to sit on the fence and say it's going to be a draw, to be honest. I think it's a game that both teams don't want to lose. So I think it'll be a draw myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really, real tough. I think Newcastle will just do it. And it depends how new players settle in. I'm going to say 2-1. I think we are going to concede, but I think it's going to be 2-1 to us. And we're going to get a goal later on to keep us up. And I've got one as well from Jimmy as well. From Mr. Sinclair. Man, guys, thank you very much indeed, Jimmy. Love you, man. Great guy. 2-1 to Newcastle, you meant to say. And listen, we're going to wrap it up there because we've been on for just over an hour. And before I let you go, did you enjoy coming on the show, Paul?
Very much enjoyed that. Had a good laugh. That was great. Enjoyed
Fantastic.
it. There's some really good comments as well coming in as well. So fair play to the watchers for throwing in the comments. But yeah, I enjoyed that, mate. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Before I let you go, right? And can you tell us where you find you on the socials, please? And can we find you on social media? Where you going to sign you on the socials there?
Yeah, you can find us at Falcon Blues TV on Twitter. The same on Instagram. Also on Facebook as well. And on YouTube, you can find us at Falcon Blues TV. If you've enjoyed any of my opinions, give us a subscribe. You know, it's free. Just do it. But yeah, my Twitter handle is at PaulCrew1878. I think it's there. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the show, give us a subscribe. And after the show, I'm gonna do a little tweet to try and get you at the 2,000, because I think you'll do that tonight.
Let's hope so. Let's hope. And fingers crossed, my guy. Thank you very much indeed. And spread the word. And if you do like my videos, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're new. I'm only about 15 or 16 away from getting 2K. Please do that. And then I can go on bigger, better things. And if you like to donate, it's up to you. And also, if you wish to become a member, please click the join button. You can still do it offline as well, which is good. And I should be jumping on James's channel, Rainey's channel. And thank you for coming on, and thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow at 3:30, where I've got Del Boy Gunner on me chat tomorrow, talk about Arsenal and the problems we're having in a minute with Bamiyang, Arteta. We're going to make the top 4 and Newcastle chat as well. Thanks for coming on, Paul.